Well, it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. I've done this before, haven't I? Felt like doing it again. Because it's Saturday and it is the 28th of September. We're going to be in October 1st, which that means we're quickly going to be in November and I'm going to be in quartzsite. I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't done a video for today, so I'm thinking about some kind of quartzsite video, something that might be useful. Maybe specific grocery directions, how to get good price groceries in quartzsite and beat having to run to Parker to the Walmart or the Safeway. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, let's get started. There's Dottie back on the bed. It's 5 a.m. It's early. Why so early? Well, I go to bed early. I get up early. I would have stayed in bed today, but I got a 6 a.m. appointment, so I wanted to get this out of the way. And we will start reading comments. And Sue Weiss, I had a dog has a mind of her own, and it was a walk I took with Dottie, and it was spending a lot of time in the walk just kind of dragging Dottie and trying to give her commands, and Dottie doesn't obey commands. Welcome to Chihuahua Life. I have two. Love them. They are my security Chihuahua system. They're excellent hunters too. They're always on the leash like Dottie. I used to have well-trained German Shepherds, so I use the same techniques for training the smalls with pretty good luck. However, with this one squirrel, they can wind leashes around my legs like a mummy in 30 seconds. Dottie's, doesn't routinely take off, but if I don't have her on a leash, every once in a while she just decides, I'm going, and she just trots off. I can yell, I can scream, I can beg, I can promise food and bones and treats, and just keep going. So I gotta chase her. I'm getting too old to chase her. So she's on a leash all the time. And those of you that might say, well, you can train her. Yeah, I know. I know. Not going to. But I know I can train her. Let's frame this a little bit. Can we frame this better? That's a little better. So on the same video, we have Ken Gray saying, Dottie was just reading her P-mail. That's funny. Nice walk this morning, or yesterday morning, he says. Robert Burns, your discussion on Medicare is very important to us seniors. We have several drugs that are very expensive in the thousands and hope that generic drugs are approved for these drugs in the near future. The donut hole clause is the issue on expensive drugs. We can buy drugs cheaper in Canada than in the U.S. What is the Mexico rules on buying expensive drugs? Thanks. Thanks for an informative video. Please do more Medicare. Probably what I'm going to do is in November, I'm going to meet with my agent and do my selections for Medicare. And I'll probably do a video then. I have an expensive medication. I'm on a GLP-1 medication for type 2 diabetes. I'm on the generic version. They call it a compounded version of Mounjaro. I pay out of pocket. I pay $375 per month. I believe that's just went down my next by $25 or something. But still, if I were to buy, which I would prefer to buy, the brand name, it would be $1,100 a month. So that's quite expensive. The other drug I have is a diuretic for blood pressure, and it's very inexpensive. There's a generic version, and it's nothing. And I wouldn't mind paying out of pocket for it continually. I do buy some in New Mexico. Mexico when I go down there. I believe the customs rule is a 3-month supply of any prescription drug that you get. No scheduled narcotics, or scheduled drugs, excuse me, not scheduled narcotics. And what does that mean? You can, on the DEA website, you can look up any drug and it'll tell you whether it's a schedule um, one. I think it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. If it is not permissible for you to buy it in Mexico and bring it over the border, even with a prescription. So understand that even with a prescription, it's not legal. It's a crime. Um, Also, if you bring over more than 3 months worth of permissible medications, there could be fines involved. Um, Anecdotally, I've heard people are given warnings, but I bet that warning goes into your system, into your record. We all have a little record, I think, um, at the border, and I don't think maybe the second time maybe you get maybe a big fine. So it's not worth it. So something like a diuretic. Is 3 months is totally legal. Last year they started with a few of the GLP-1 medications. I think when Govee was down there at the end of the season last year, but the price didn't seem that good to me. So anyway, what's available changes from year to year down there. Um, he talks about the donut hole, and I do believe the donut hole has disappeared. It's gone starting in 2025. Let's just take a real quick dive on that. Donut hole gone in 2025. Let's see if there's any truth to that. Yes, the Medicare Part D donut hole or coverage gap will be eliminated in 2025. The Inflation Reduction Act, a new drug law, requires changes to Medicaid Part D plans that will simplify the way Part D works. I will tell you that on Medicare, they have a cool little program where I'm going to do that. I'm Googling Medicare drug plan costs. And let's see, you don't want to get a sponsored one. You want Medicare.gov. And I scrolled down, I saw under Medicare.gov, costs for Medicare drug coverage. So I click on that. Just go anonymously without logging in. Put in your zip code. I'm putting in 89060, which is my home zip code. And it says, select the type of plan you want. Medicare Advantage plan, Medicare drug plan, or Medigap policy. So let's do Medicare drug plan. We'll do find plans. You click whether you have Medicaid or other things that you can click that help with paying for that. I don't have any of those things, so I click I do not get help from these programs. I continue. Do you want to see your drug costs when you compare plans? And you click yes there. You hit next. And you have to type in your drug. So I'm going to type in Mounjaro. Not only do you have to type in your drug in there, you have to put the dose in. So I've got the max dose. And it is, the lowest is 2.5. I'm at 15. So I add that to my drug list. Then I click done adding drugs. And I'm going to pick a pharmacy. And I'm going to pick Walmart. I happen to know the costs in these pharmacies are all the same, but you can put up to 5 pharmacies in because the costs could be different. So I'm going to add pharmacy. And hit done. And I believe plan type, prescription drug plan. I think you have to pick that a second time. So, filter by, you can filter by star ratings, or you can, it'll do it by the lowest cost going forward. And so it'll say if you switch to this now, it will calculate the total drug and add the premium cost and drug cost. So if I did it now, it cost me $270 for the rest of the year. But that's not important. We want to do ongoing. So monthly premium is $79. And I go into plan details, and I scroll down, and it'll tell me how much the drug is going to cost me per month for these 3 months. Now it says for the rest of this year, because we don't know what the costs are for any of these plans for next year yet. Sorry. But if I did it this year, it would cost me for this $1,000 drug $1,100 $11 a month. You would think it would be that simple, but guys, it's not. I'm sorry. The donut hole has been, they say it's been eliminated, but it's really been replaced. There are two factors. The $11 a month looks great, but that is calculated on the system for the last 3 months of this year, assuming you've been through everything, all the hoops you need to jump through the first of the year, which included deductible, which is $590. And then on top of that, there's the new version of the donut hole, that instead of being a combined cost of $8,000 combined what I pay and what the insurance companies pays, it's down to $2,000. So I think the donut hole is still there. It's just a smaller hole. It's not as painful. And it's complicated, guys. It is complicated, and I'm not sure I have this exactly right, and I'll let you know when I see an agent and we go through these calculations. But right now, I am paying, as of right now, for a compounded version of my medication, which insurance does not cover, no insurance covers because it's not FDA approved. So it is $275 a month plus $75 for the doctor fee. That's $350 a month. So it's $350 a month times 12 is what I'm paying now, $4,200. Now I can get the full with this plan. I can get the full version, of course, and that $590 deductible that first month. I'm going to pay out $590 for, I believe, my first month's worth of Mounjaro medications, and then once I meet the deductible, we're going to be paying, I think, $231 a month until we hit that $2,000. Now, what I'm not sure about, and that'll hit in the second month. So month 1, $590, month 2, $231.09, month 3, $231.09, because they haven't quite met that $2,000 until like that month. And then I think it's the $11 a month remaining. So it's $1,151 for the year for the medications, plus the premiums of $79 times 12 is $948, which means my total out of pocket should be about $2,100 versus $4,200 I'm paying for the compounded. So I think this is the way it's going to go. But let me tell you, I'm an intelligent guy, and I read about the new legislation and everything that's going to apply, deductibles and the new donut hole, and it's complex, let me tell you. But I think that's approximately what's going to happen here with my drug prices. Now we can go back to the beginning. So we know that my drugs are going to cost me $79. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to look for gap plans. All this insurance company is doing is administering the plan in terms of billings and paperwork and reporting. They don't make decisions on healthcare for you. They don't approve or decline claims, so you don't have to worry about that. So I would do the one that is the least. So that would be, we take the 89 for the drug plan I'm choosing because I have a high cost drug plan plus 135, which is basically the Cadillac of it's the Cadillac of the supplement plans, where your max out of pocket's really $221 a year, no matter what happens to you. It's pretty amazing. It's the Cadillac. So the the part the standard premium for Part B right now is $174.70. That comes out of your Social Security. So you add that together, $398.70. So my insurance for everything is going to cost me $400. It's going to cost me the $79 for my very expensive drug, my drug that's retails for over $1,000 a month. So if you don't have that, you can get a much lower cost Part D or plan that is $5, $10, $20, something like that. So you can save money there, but I can't. And then I want this part G program, which is the Cadillac program, where I can go anywhere I want. Anybody that takes Medicare, it's still the decisions about what treatment I get, what tests I get, rest with Medicare, not the insurance company. So that's $135 a month. So you add all that together, $398.70, or round it up. Well, it'll certainly be rounded up next year because it's not going to be $174.70 next year. It's going to be another $10 at least. It's going to be like $180. I thought I read $188. Hang on, let's see. Let's see if we can get an answer to that. $225 Medicare cost. Oh, well, it's saying it's not going to. Medicare cost increase. Let's call it that. I thought it was going to increase. Medicare Advantage and Medicare prescription drug programs to remain stable as CMS implements improvements to the programs. And it looks like prescription drug plans will probably stay about the same. Yeah, well, so I'm probably pretty good. I'm going to pay about $400. So, sorry for the tangent, but people were interested in Medicare stuff. When I go to my agent, I'm going to ask her if I could record the meeting with her, and I'll show you what I'm looking at and how I'm making my decisions. Let's go on. Did I address everything, Robert Burns? Yeah, I think I answered all his questions. Color Creativity says good morning to the Dottie Doesn't Obey video. On the comments video, Ken Gray said, I love watching your good news videos. They help me have a good day. I've never paid attention to how many dislikes I get. The good news videos, they happen every day. They're a minute or two long. It's about positive news in the world. And at this point, there's a playlist I have. There's over 200 of them because I started this project last March, and I have been doing one every single day without fail since then. And they're numbered 1 through, I think, 200, and I think I'm at 211. Okay, on the good news video, she gave a stranger a kidney. M. Campbell says, mic drop justified. What more is there to say in the face of overwhelming kindness? Renee on the dog video. Dottie has an adventurous spirit. Our insurance women sent us an email about changes for Medicare in 2025. Okay. Someone else interested. As a technician that performed the repair, I'm happy to have been able to perform the fix without a more egregious parts expenditure. Sometimes we get lucky. Happy travels. That's amazing. That is the guy, my mechanic, who saw my video and had a great comment. And I answered him and said, "You're the greatest." Positive news. National Parks Law, new National Parks Law. That was number 50. So that was a while ago. There was a law that passed the House and went to the Senate that was going to allow us to freely film as YouTubers and influence in national parks. And it's stuck in Congress still. Bummer. Lisa Roth, if you are a legislator watching my video, tell us why it hasn't passed the Senate. It was bipartisan in the House. Why didn't it just fly through the Senate and get signed by President Biden? So Lisa Roth says in the dog video, "Doggy is a sweetie. We love her. However, we also know she does best on a leash or in a doggy park." Yeah, it's true. Rose said, "Good for you and Dottie to get out and about. I've always been interested in nomad living, all kinds of ways of doing it now. It's fun to watch nomads on YouTube." Let's see. Hugs to George and Dottie. Happy trails, safe travels. Thank you. Robert Ballard says, "Our little doggies are always in control of you, especially when they think they're on a walk of 1,000 smells. It is good to see you're keeping up your Medicare coverage choices. Something else you should budget for is the rate increase as you age. Some years on top of the insurance company increase, it can be a sizable jump. Stay well and enjoy your walks with the celebrity Dottie dog." Yeah, unfortunately, those things go up every year. Let's see, on the kidney video, that's wonderful, awesome content, Rob. This is from Rose. When the media puts up lies, I'll come here, keep them coming. And I responded there. I said, I have over 200 of these stories here, and I gave a link if you want to get a link to the playlist. You can watch like about 200-300 minutes of positive news stories back to back if you really want to. A brave and beautiful thing on the kidney stuff, and that's from Ken Gray. Judy, hope to see you after it cools down. Buddy has to go see Patty. He loves her ear and back scratches. I did see her last night, and Buddy, and I took some pictures. It's on my commercial Facebook, which is Robert Gebhard Wakely. Let's see. Tim Harris says, "Dottie must be a mixed beagle." I've heard that. I had one named Mabel that would never follow commands. She had a one-track mind and always had her nose to the ground, just like Dottie. She was sweet and a lovable dog. Rose on new HIV treatment. That was Positive News 137, so that was three months ago. Rose, oh my goodness, love stories like this. This is better than fake news. Keep them coming, Rob. And this was 149, this escape artist and ribbon winner. It was about a dog. A short on my new camp, and I think that was here. Yeah, that's nice. I really like it. From Rose. Tom, there really are still good people out there. What a great story, Rob. I'm back from camping and traveling up north, and that was on Stranger Gave a Kidney. And let's see, Tom, on this Stop Dottie's Barking was a short on this device. I don't know where it is. Here it is. On this device that I use, it's sonic, and it'll stop Dottie from barking. And Tommy had a huge problem with his dog. And he says, "Oh my God, I got that same one. Thank you so much." Journey, that's his dog, turned into Cujo the last 3 years. Whenever he got in the truck, I hit the button one time in the truck and he laid down and didn't bark anymore. I bought a cage, 4 different muzzles, covers for the cage, ×4, because Journey would eat the covers, nonstop barking for the time he got in the truck until we got there where we went, like he was going to bite. You mean to hit the button one time only and he was my loving boy again? It's amazing. So miracle. Wow, that's great. Then I did a short on a hailstorm in New Mexico, and Tommy says still an amazing view. Comment video on Tommy, still loving the coffee and comments videos. Keep up that great content. Then we have Tommy again. Dottie's a good girl. She's so sweet. That was on the dog has a mind of her own video. So it says this in 27 minutes, but there's a lot of forgive the pun, but there's a lot of gap in Medicare stuff. I've got to go in and edit out stuff where I was hunting for information. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Why was I wearing these? I forgot I was wearing them. I didn't need to be. That's what I used to listen to yesterday's video to make sure I pick up at the right spot. Take care. See you tomorrow.